Welcome to the North Hudson Public Works meeting, Tuesday, July 18, 2017 at 5:30 p.m. Call to order, please. Roll call.
Chair Pike?
Here.
Trustee Head?
Here.
Trustee Zeiss?
Here.
Item number 2, approve minutes from the June 20, 2017 Public Works meeting.
I move to approve minutes from the June 20, 2017 Public Works meeting. I'll second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Item number 3, drainage issue at 278 Station Circle, discussion and possible recommendations. So we have a letter from Cedar Corp from Kevin, our village engineer. Not sure if you guys got a look at that and what he is thinking we can do to solve that drainage issue problem. Have you guys gotten a chance to look at it? Any questions you guys have about it? So you like his recommendation?
Yeah, my only question was, are we putting that asphalt drain, I don't know what you called it, it was just like a little ditch to make sure it got down there.
Just asphaltic
Yeah.
flume, just sits right on the surface. And it'll take it from the edge of the asphalt down to the toe of the slope, which is the bottom of the ditch.
Yeah,
So it's just an asphalt drain that takes it to the bottom of the ditch.
Yeah.
And is there any chance of erosion between the ditch and that pipe?
No, once it flattens out on the bottom, there won't be. And that's all well established with grass and stuff.
Okay.
And that's actually something that, talking with Patrick, sounds like he would be able to probably take that on himself and do that work.
What?
The asphaltic flume, because he's got some kind of a hot box that he's constructed, and he can go over to Tower Asphalt and get material.
So he thinks he might want to do it. So cost-wise, do we have a cost estimate in here?
Yeah,
Do you know what the cost estimate is?
it's basically going to be whatever his time and material costs would be.
Guess.
$500.
I think he has that spend limit. Anyway.
I bet you'd say me that much.
Yeah, probably not if he does
It
it.
wasn't a very long stretch.
No.
Okay, so
Later.
we don't have a voting statement. Do you guys believe we should vote on this one? Should we say up to $500?
Yeah,
Okay. So you want to make a
yeah,
recommendation?
so I would make the recommendation to fix the 278 Station Circle drainage issue as dictated by Cedar Corp, up to $500.
And I'll second that.
All right, and it is a spending issue. So, Ted?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Item number 4, Wisconsin Highway 35 project cost sharing discussion and possible recommendation. All right, on that one, we have another letter from our engineer. Did you create my, I forgot to look. Yes, you did.
Yes,
There
he did.
Nice. That's what I was looking for, sir.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so the idea behind this, guys, is there's a lot of options, and we were trying to get Kevin to give us a sheet that would allow the board members, finance first, obviously, and then the board members to be able to pick and choose what we wanted to do and didn't want to do, and the costs are laid out there for us. Does it seem logical? I like the little spreadsheet thing. That's really what I was looking for, because then they can say, well, yes, no, yes, no. And he's got the more detail up above.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the street light spacing, 140 feet. Okay, and the tree spacing, where's
300.
it's 300 feet.
Yep.
Didn't know if you meant yards or feet on that first
No,
one.
it was 300 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I mean, this is, I mean, it's coming through us, obviously. So we should agree or not agree on some things. Anything in here that causes you heartburn?
There wasn't, for me, anything in particular that caused heartburn, especially since the state's paying for most of it.
Yep, more than 50%, it looks like.
Right.
My concern was the streetlights, whether or not we needed the additional lighting. That was, you know. what the
That's
state-
the lion's share of the cost
Right.
as well.
I think, you know,
So, and on the street lighting, well, that's something we can axe right now at this committee level if we want. Or do you guys believe it is something that should be brought to the finance committee board?
the question I had brought up before, you know, are the existing 16 lights enough lighting for the street level, you know, at this current time? I mean, and, I don't know if we just kind of had, we didn't have really an overall decision on that, whether or not it was or not. And I'm assuming you cannot, I mean, would you have to create a whole new alignment of the lighting if you were to do it? Or could you take, you know, use the existing 16 and add additional to it?
So you're doubling, essentially doubling what we got there now.
I know.
Yeah. And that's gonna be all dictated by whatever the designers come up with the DOT. I
Right.
don't think there's really gonna be any say from the village on, you know, pick and choose. We wanna delete this one, we wanna add one here. It's gonna be whatever their protocol is,
Ah,
so.
There's never been any complaints about lack of.
I'm not aware of any.
Yeah, I guess I haven't heard anything either.
Might be more complaints if you double the amount in front of,
That's true.
if you're living right there, do you want more lighting? I'm kind of inclined, you're right, to just say leave the existing number there.
and
That's
that
where
was
you're
kind of the direction I came on the last time we discussed this,
Yep.
yes, before we got this nice list here. But because of the fact is that
Yeah.
the
There've
homes
been no
are, the homes are
issues?
set back enough and, you know, from that main road,
Yeah.
the lighting is,
Okay, so I think I agree. I mean, myself personally, that's my opinion. We don't need the lights. What about the sidewalk?
I think that sidewalk potentially might be needed, I think.
I agree.
So if we took the lights out,
You're at 13.3.
we're at 13.3, so the sidewalk might not be as big of an issue.
Right.
But, you know,
And it's a nice improvement for the village.
it is a nice improvement, but will we get blowback from the people that now have to maintain a sidewalk where they didn't have to
Yeah, the
before?
distance there, I drove by it and looked at it, of course, there's not a lot right there, right? I mean, the feet of sidewalk that you had there,
1,500,
1,500,
yeah. Distance wise, that's what we came up with.
okay,
1,500 feet,
that was more than I thought.
15 football fields? We talking? That's a lot more than I thought too.
Feet.
Yeah,
Feet.
Oh, feet.
Yeah,
Not yards,
15 feet,
not feet,
1,500
feet, not
feet,
yards.
yeah.
1,500 feet.
So,
Ah, that's not a lot.
no.
in
It's
scheme of things, I mean, with the amount of traffic that goes through there,
He,
makes
Can
sense.
I
And-
just give you guys my opinion on the sidewalk
Mhm.
thing? Having had a handicapped child who we lost for
Yeah.
9 years.
Yep.
Those sidewalks are very important.
Oh, I agree. Well, and I can't understand why it ended there. I mean, I drive by and look at that, and I just look at this, and
Yeah, I don't know.
why did it
the
stop,
history.
you know?
Yeah,
But I don't want my opinion to overrule.
No,
No,
you know,
for 10 grand, it's.
I think like Ted said, to complete that whole environment there, sidewalk would probably be needed to, and it would be an improvement for that street.
yeah.
Do we clear those sidewalks at all, or is it on the village people,
Resident.
It's all in the
on
residence.
the residents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think about, on the east side too, think about buses stopping, kids being able to get back and forth.
Okay, so I think we're all in agreement on street lighting and sidewalk. Any issues on the landscaping? Again, you know, we're talking about buying trees that will not be a detriment to our streets, sidewalks, sewer.
Right. Yep, for the right
And
application.
You guys remember he showed us the kind of trees that who put in?
City of Eau Claire.
Eau Claire.
Yep.
And they were, you know, there's a lot to choose from. It's $3,300. The trees are spacing approximately 300 feet along both sides of 35, and so it would include approximately 30 trees. I like trees.
Yep.
It's good for the planet.
I certainly agree.
Yep. So I would keep landscaping, sidewalk, and get rid of street light.
All right, then I just need a motion.
Tim?
I move to complete this.
We're
I-
actually, Kevin, this is like a next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically give the DOT direction on what they should include for design
Okay.
as part of this project.
No spend at the moment.
No.
Yeah. So it just needs to go to the board.
Yep, that'll be
Right.
down the road quite some time.
I'll second.
All right, so I need to be, we need to be more specific.
Okay, I so move on the reconstruction project of 35. Is it called Street 35 or Highway 35?
Highway.
Highway 35,
State
reconstruction
highway.
State
project that we move to approve option 2 of the landscaping, which includes a tree planting for the village of approximately $3,300, and the sidewalk portion of option 2, which is roughly $10,000, and that we omit or deny the additional streetlights for the project.
I will second.
And Ted will second that. All right, since it's a spending issue,
Yes.
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 It's not spending yet, but that's okay.
Well,
Better to be over.
it is, it's got dollars involved in it, so
Right.
I'd just rather be safe than sorry. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
You bet.
On to issue number 5, snow plowing contract for village streets, discussion and possible recommendation. We are tabling this one till next month, and that is a future agenda item.
Which one, I'm sorry?
Item number 5.
Okay, thank you.
Item number 6, I'm not sure where the word chip came from. That's actually called what kind of ceiling?
There's chips.
Trap rock?
Well, they
Is it
do, the chip sealing, they do,
They
that
call,
is,
is chip sealing different than trap rock sealing?
no,
Same thing?
same thing.
So you want us to convert to this new name, or is that what they call it now?
That's typically what they call it.
All right, chip sealing. You guys understand what chip sealing is?
I understand what it is.
I feel like I'm at work, dude.
I've heard it called
You're
that
killing me.
before. So what do we have on that one?
So I would recommend that the committee move to use St. Croix County Highway Department for seal coating of village streets with an amount not to exceed 20,000.
I got them to get it right in one spot, seal coating. We need a second?
I'll second that.
All right, this is a spending issue, so Ted?
Yes.
And yes.
And yes. Passed. Item number 7, hot patching of village streets, discussion and possible recommendation.
Is there another term for this other than hot patch?
Now, that one I recognize. Seal coating versus chip
Yeah,
sealing.
So I would
sealing, yeah.
I would
Seal coat.
recommend having the RCM of St. Croix County spray patch village streets at a cost not to exceed $15,000.
I'll second it.
All right, any discussion? We've all kind of read this stuff, so
Yeah.
no discussion. All right, another spending issue. Tim?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Passed unanimously. Item number 8, salt shed for public works, discussion only. As you can see, he sent through some possible shed designs. and building profiles.
So,
What did you think of the way these things look? Same. They look all right to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of communities that are going with that style.
That style?
Yep.
So since Patrick's not here, do you have any additional information for us? Do we know like where he wants to put one of these?
I'm assuming it's gonna go up by, the maintenance building. There was some discussion down by down in the shop yards. The village owns a parcel down there in the past. I know Mark Eichblad was looking at down in that area, but
Well, we have a park down there, you mean, right? I'm not aware of any.
yeah, it might all change now that the village is looking at,
Yeah,
purchasing.
well, okay, so assuming that it's going up where the rest of our public works stuff is,
Yeah.
do you have any problem with the size of these things?
Typically, you look at, how much tonnage of material you're gonna end up using on a
Yeah.
yearly basis.
He said, and double it, right?
Yeah, when we were looking back, gosh, I don't know, 2, 3 years ago, we were looking at about 200 ton is what Mark was anticipating for a size.
And that's, I think, it's still what he was either going off of 100 or 150.
Okay.
So he was gonna either have 200 or 300
Yeah.
ton.
Yep.
Do you have any idea what these buildings cost?
I'm thinking you're gonna be in 60 to 70,000.
Really?
Yeah, they're not and typically you've gotta make it so that they're put on a hard surface
Right?
and they're,
It can't be cement, right?
typically what I see them put on is like an asphalt pad.
Okay,
And then they have, the drainage per se can't shed off anywhere. It's gotta be all pitched to the center of the structure.
okay,
So whatever water does fall on it, it's all contained.
okay.
So you've gotta include, the site prep and the asphalt patch. And they're the, concrete jersey walls, and then they have the, the steel structure and the canvas that goes over the top. We've looked at them in other communities too.
so it's 60 for the building, but you gotta add for the prep.
Yeah, I think, around that, yep.
You're probably all in 120, 150.
And I think site improvements wise, you probably get by for around 15,000, depending. But the building itself constructed, usually I've seen around 60 to 70,000 for those. Just looking in other communities, some of the prices. Somerset has one of these up there. Village of,
So maybe we make it a future agenda item.
Well, yeah, it needs to be,
Patrick
because
and-
this is just a discussion
Yeah,
only for
yeah.
us. He wanted to give us an idea of where he's going and give us a heads up, and it definitely needs to be, past this month. I can't remember why, but he had a reason it needed to be decided on after July.
What are we spending with Hudson? Do we know?
He thinks he's gonna save money, right?
I believe so, yeah.
We're pretty.
Like year one?
I don't
Can't
remember.
be.
I don't remember the ROI, but I
Yeah.
know there was a clear ROI. And it wasn't gonna be hard to figure out and much easier for us to manage.
Yeah, right.
There's a whole,
Especially at the new truck.
well, there's a whole billing issue between us
Yeah.
and who's handling it for us now.
I think our direction was have them come back with something like this, because we don't know how big a one we actually need. I mean, still, if you take 200 ton of salt, whatever, how big one do we need? I mean,
Yeah, I'd have to look, I don't remember. We actually looked at sizes and stuff. I have that, I'll have to pull that
oh,
out.
okay.
I think we put a cost estimate together for it.
Okay, so future agenda item also, and would you make sure you get with him so we
Yep.
have a pretty good idea where we want it?
Yep.
What's the cost gonna be, total cost? And go ahead and show them, I mean, the prep and the
Yeah.
building cost. I think that would be important to know the difference between those two. Make sure we're not running into any DNR problems. I want you to certify that, sir. I do not want DNR problems.
Yeah,
And, bring us, something that we could vote on next time.
okay.
Does that make sense to you two? Any other discussion? All right. Item number 9, chair update. I have no update. Item number 10, engineers report.
So basically just, update on Artisan North. The developer has given,
Thank you.
he has given the bond to the village. We got that last Friday. So he has that in place. I know they were looking at trying to get a pre-con set up for this Thursday. I haven't seen the notice yet.
A what?
Pre-construction meeting.
Okay.
So that will be like with all the utility companies, City of Hudson, their engineer, myself, Director of Public Works, Patrick will be there. Just to go over, when they're looking at starting, look at the construction plans, going through all that coordination. Thinking that's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen Thursday, it should be within the next week or two. And then believe Zappa will be starting shortly after that. So I'm thinking in August is when they'll start
Which-
breaking ground.
Which part is Zappa doing again?
He's doing the whole development. He's doing the sewer water, storm sewer, grading all the lots, tree removals, stormwater management, the
Okay.
whole
And that's
thing.
developer's choice on who to,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
so,
Any questions for him about this
yeah.
project? Do you
No.
think it's going good?
Yeah, it's just a matter, they're waiting for all their permits for now. There's a DNR sewer and water extension permit that they need and then
So,
permit.
I forget how many homes are going in, is it like a half a dozen?
10, Ralph, wasn't
Yeah, something
I
like
think
that.
around 10, yeah.
Yeah.
So should we give Wirt a heads up that at some point he's gonna have to start?
Well, he must already know, doesn't he?
Is he part of
If
these,
they're pulling
Brian
permits.
Wirt, it's W-E-R-T?
Well, he would be,
He's doing all building.
yeah, the building side. He'd
Yeah,
be doing
building.
the,
Yeah.
so as houses go up, he gets involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. He'll have to issue a building permit and stuff.
Do you know, is he, does he got people that have already bought each lot?
I think
He said he did have some pre-sold
Yeah.
already.
Yep.
yeah.
Already?
yeah, that's what I recall too.
Do we know what those are going for?
I
Are
guess
they half acre?
They vary a lot in sizes. It's just, sorry, yeah.
the less you
I know,
talk,
they
the
were
quicker
really
we get
weird.
out.
Some of them were strange in dimensions, it looked like.
Yeah, the ones
Well,
on the
you had a
back are
post
big.
stamp, or what do they call that, there was a couple of odd,
Yeah, the ones on the backside, just
The
because
back.
of the hill and stuff,
of the
they got
hill,
to
yeah.
be pretty large lots.
Right.
So they probably range from a third to an acre up to,
Okay.
a couple acres. So,
A third of an acre?
I know a couple of them are
Smallest.
over an acre to 2 acres, yeah.
yeah, those ones in the back were pretty big.
With the footprint, yeah.
Do
it's
they have to
pretty
get
good size.
conditional use for, is it zoned for third acre?
It's actually zoned as residential, so they didn't have to go through a rezoning process.
Yeah, but I thought, is residential zone 1/3 acre in North
Yeah,
Hudson?
it's minimum size, I'd have to look, I can't
It's a
remember.
square footage, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which they met all that.
It's gotta be like 10,000, 12,000 square feet. then?
Somewhere around there, yeah, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other?
No, good update, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got
How's your summer going?
so far, so. Going good.
Is she on the golf course this year? All right, director, number 11, director's report. Our director is absent today. Item 12, any other future agenda items? Tim, is there anything we need to know about Pepperfest?
Nothing really in the public works
Public
side of it, I
works
think we're
side,
pretty good.
okay.
I think, I know Patrick's got some help coming in throughout the week from up in Richmond up there, so that's gonna
Okay.
help clean up some things.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
it's about 4 weeks out.
When
Yeah,
is
we're
it?
about 32 days, I think.
32 days. Pepperfest, 32 days, folks. Don't forget. Will be a good time had by all. All right. If there are no other future agenda items, item 13 is adjournment, and we are adjourned.